Chapter 31 Exciting Game. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day, the two people who slept in each other's arms in the bedroom got up early, because they had consumed too much energy last night. They didn't want to get up so early, but today is the most important day, and the top players will reach level 20 today. Menghan will also reach level 20 soon and can switch to the strategic map, so they got up early, washed up, had breakfast and entered the game. Before leaving, I told Zhu Zhao the name of my game and asked him to add me as a friend. After entering the strategic map, Zhu Zhao, who was awakened, no longer felt sleepy and was not in a hurry to enter the game. Instead, he opened the forum and checked the latest developments. There are all kinds of posts in the forum. The Junlin Guild has entered the Universal Lord with great strength. The guild is recruiting a large number of players. The core players of the guild can enter the strategic map today. The guild will purchase various basic resources, props, military templates, etc. at high prices. Huaxia currency transactions are fair and honest. Please contact ID. Penguin Group is recruiting players at high prices, mainly for resource collection, with a basic salary of 10,000 plus commissions. It will not be a dream to reach the peak of life and marry a white, rich and beautiful woman. The Baiha Guild is recruiting online. This guild only recruits female players. Male players please take a detour. The Fire Phoenix Guild is recruiting, high-priced acquisitions. Zhu Zhao was a little speechless. What the hell is this? There is no useful information at all, and it is all water words, but this Baiha Guild is quite interesting. Close the forum, go out to wash, finish breakfast, add nutrient solution, and Zhu Zhao dives into the game cabin. The hatch slowly closed, and Zhu Zhao entered deep sleep mode. The next moment, Zhu Zhao appeared in the Lord Hall of the Universal Lord Heaven and Earth. Check the territory attributes. Territory, Heaven and Earth, name can be changed once. Lord, Tianping, level, 7. Allies, none. Subordinate territories, none. Units that can be accommodated, 64211/100,000. Basic resources, 40 million gold coins, 40 million wood, 40 million stone ore, 40 million iron ore. Food, 63 million. Upgrade requirements, 6.4 million gold coins, wood, stone ore, and iron ore. That's not right. Didn't the basic resources basically run out when they went offline last night? Even if they didn't rest last night, they couldn't collect so many resources, right? Before Zhu Zhao thought about it, 4 women and 1 mother dragon, sensing Zhu Zhao's return to the territory, also came to the Lord's Hall at the same time. Seeing Zhu Zhao, Alice in armor was about to pounce on him again. Frightened Zhu Zhao, he quickly called a halt. I'll repeat it again. If you want to hug me in the future, you are not allowed to wear armor. Alice, have you forgotten? Except for Alice, the rest of them all covered their mouths and laughed. Don't ask why Long covered his mouth and laughed, I don't know either. Alice had to extinguish the idea of rushing to Zhu Zhao, trotted over and hugged his arm. Lord, you were away last night, and a big thing happened in the territory. At this time, Iris, as the eldest sister, began to tell Zhu Zhao what happened after the resource point was transferred last night. After listening, Zhu Zhao understood why there were so many basic resources in the territory. It turned out that the monsters attacked the city. Alice next to him was still chattering. Zhu Zhao had to comfort her with good words, which made her quiet down. Not only did she gain a lot of resources last night, but she also gained a lot of experience. The most important thing was that Louise's level broke through to level 10. Louise can be transformed into human/dragon form after level 40, race, dragon. Template, SSS, talent, Heart of Darkness, damage caused by self and unit attacks adds 100% dark attribute damage, exclusive unit, can train 14th level Black Dragon to protect itself. Profession, Black Dragon King, level, 11. HP, 40,000. Defense, 4,000. DPS, 4,000. Speed, 15. Skills, Magic Immunity, Breath of Decay, Dark Devour. Black Dragon is surrounded by a black halo, and its attributes are increased by 5 times in a short period of time. After level 10, Louise unlocks a skill, Dark Devour, but it is not an AoE range move, but an improvement in single unit strength. Looking at the attributes of Louise at level 11, how powerful will she be if she increases by 5 times? In the future, the attributes will increase with the level. After increasing by 5 times. I dare not think about it. The most important thing is that Louise's exclusive unit, the Black Dragon, at level 11 can train 10,000 units. All basic resources were converted into gold coins, and the gold coins became 120 million. First recruit 1,200 units of 14th level Black Dragons. Zhu Zhao looked at the panel and it was empty again, and couldn't help sighing. Not enough, there are not enough gold coins at all. Since there is a lack of resources, it's time to take down that fortress. It can not only replenish basic resources, but also prepare for future development. Kate must bring her exclusive troops to guard the territory. There is no way. Who makes her talent the most suitable? Originally, Alice and her exclusive troops were to be left in the territory to assist in defense, and to mine resources and clean up surrounding monsters, but Alice couldn't resist her soft and hard grinding. This task had to be handed over to Kate to take charge of. Together, all the hungry wolf fighters stayed behind, and the caveman Zhu Zhao only brought 1,000 units, which was enough to clean up the spoils. Let Iris collect all the troops into the troop space. Zhu Zhao rode Louise, and the rest of the people rode a unit of unicorns each and headed for the marked fortress. Several people disliked the Black Dragon because it was not as beautiful as the unicorn. Louise was so angry that her eyes turned upside down. Maybe it was because of the monster attack yesterday. There were basically no monster groups along the way, and it was very smooth to reach the foothold where the fortress was explored last time. Riding Louise, Zhu Zhao scouted around the fortress again, in order to find a foothold that was convenient for the fire dragon mage to attack. Soon, a mountain top that was not too high was selected. This location has a wide field of view, and the fortress is just within the attack range of the fire dragon mage. Just when the fire dragon mage was arranged and ready to arrange the attack, the system announcement sounded. System announcement. Congratulations to player Arthur, for becoming the second player to establish a territory, and for receiving the rewards: SS-level talent package, 4th level troop template, and advanced resource package. This announcement is hereby made to encourage him. System announcement. 3 times in a row, before Zhu Zhao could even sigh that a player had finally entered the strategic map, the system announcement sounded again. System announcement. Congratulations to player Lei Zhenzi, for becoming the 3rd player to establish a territory, and for receiving the rewards: S-level talent package, 4th level troop template, and advanced resource package. This announcement is hereby made to encourage him. Here comes another Chinese player who, like Zhu Zhao, is named after a deity. Before Zhu Zhao could finish sighing, another system announcement sounded. System announcement. Congratulations to player Yumeko Anaiku, for becoming the 4th player to establish a territory, and for receiving the rewards: S-level talent package, 3rd level troop template, and intermediate resource package. This announcement is hereby made to encourage him, a Japanese who lives a good life. System announcement. Listening to the continuous system announcements, Zhu Zhao couldn't help but sigh. Sure enough, the first Lord player to enter the strategic map and establish a territory was still the best in the previous life. Does the waving of his little wings have no effect at all? Arthur, the strongest lord of the Eagle Sauce family in the previous life. Lei Zhenzi, the leader of the Xia Kingdom Alliance in the previous life, the representative of the military. Mike Iwanaku, the representative of the Mitsubishi Group in the previous life, and his strength is also super strong. In the previous life, all these people were the overlords of the people's lords, occupying more than half of the resources. But in this life, Zhu Zhao, who was reborn, must work hard to flutter his wings. No matter how small they are, one day, everything will be changed. Chapter 32. Players begin to enter the strategic map. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this time, at the foot of a large mountain in the western continent, in a first-class territory built on the mountain, stood a blonde and blue-eyed Ingjiang countryman. It was Arthur, the 2nd player to establish a territory. I was very unhappy looking at the rewards given by the system in my backpack. Fake, why are you only 2nd? You gathered so many staff to make an upgrade plan for me, just to be the first to enter the strategic map, but someone is faster than me. Search TWKAN on Google. Also confused are the players on a plane in Penglai. the eastern continent. He has a tall and burly figure, resolute eyes, and a sense of uprightness with a hint of solemnity. You can tell at a glance that this is a soldier. And he is a soldier who has experienced the baptism of real war. It is the third Chinese player, Lei Jinzi, who established a territory. He is also a representative of the military. I didn't expect that I was only the third player to enter the strategic map. Could it be that it was during the internal beta test? It's really like the sky is out there, and there are people out there. After saying that, I secretly made up my mind to seize the time to develop. With the country as my backing, I should not fall behind others. Then check the rewards you have received and start building your territory. On a small island in the eastern continent, a short man with a vulgar face was jumping around and yelling curses. Baga, Baga, there is someone faster than me. I hope you can be faster than me in bed. At this time, Zhu Zhao also opened the chat channel. At this time, the chat channel was instantly filled with various speeches, and it was very lively. Damn it, I'm not among the top 10 players to enter, my reward. Woohoo! Ha ha ha, there are so many resource points around my territory. Damn it, I'm dead, why are there still monsters guarding me? Damn it, why do you need so many gold coins to recruit troops? Is it so slow? If anyone has a trick, please tell me. Zhu Zhao was very happy looking at the various chat messages that were constantly refreshing in the chat channel. Finally, someone has entered the strategic map. I have been alone for a long time. There is also a mess of equipment and unit templates in the warehouse. Finally, a big business will take over. Small money, hey, there are so many small money waving to me. Chat channel closed. There are not too many people entering the strategic map right now, so wait a moment, let's capture the fortress in front of us first. Next, start deploying an offensive plan. Alice, in a moment you will lead your 11th level exclusive unit Blood Knight to attack from the front and attract the firepower of the fortress's city defense system. But please pay attention to safety and be careful. Alice nodded excitedly. Thank you Lord. Don't worry, I will pay attention to safety. Zhu Zhao wiped the saliva on his face. I reiterate again, you are not allowed to hug me while wearing armor from now on. I will punish you next time. Alice said with a smile. Lord, don't wait until next time, punish me now. Zhu Zhao looked at the knight's armor that was wrapped all over her body and thought about it, for fear that his hands would hurt. Okay, go get ready, or I won't take you with me next time. Alice was frightened and quickly led the Blood Knight to prepare. Louise, after Alice attracts firepower for a while, you lead your 14th level exclusive unit Black Dragon to launch a surprise attack from the left. You also give priority to solving the firepower of the city defense system, destroying the monsters on the city wall, and cooperate with Alice to break the city. Understood, Lord. After saying that, a dragon's mouth slowly stretched towards Zhu Zhao. Zhu Zhao was frightened and quickly took a step back. Louise, let's wait until you are at level 40 to transform into a human before we can kiss you. I'm so afraid that you will swallow me alive with one mouthful. After Louise was rejected, she was very depressed. She also wanted to reach level 40 as soon as possible. She was very unhappy and needed to vent her anger, so she led the Black Dragon angrily to the left side of the fortress. Seeing the angry Louise flying to the left side of the fortress with the Black Dragon, Zhu Zhao first held a moment of silence for the monsters on the left side of the fortress. Not everyone can bear the anger of the Black Dragon. Lilith, you lead the Vampire Duke to the right side of the fortress, the same way. As you command, Lord. After saying that, he ran to Zhu Zhao, kissed him in a mannered manner, and then led the exclusive unit to fly to the right. At this time, only the Fire Dragon Mage led by Iris and the Unicorn were left on the top of the mountain, ready. Attack. Following Zhu Zhao's order, the Fire Dragon Mage's skill instantly shot towards the fortress. This is the signal. 500 units of level 11 Blood Knights quickly charged towards the fortress under the leadership of Alice. Soon, they entered the attack range of the fortress, and the Blood Knights began to spread out to attract fire. As for the fortress, countless undead began to climb the walls to prepare for the battle. The city defense crossbows on the city wall began to attack. Giant crossbow. Arrows roared toward the Blood Knight, there are also mage towers and artillery on the city wall. After the giant crossbow arrows, there were magic attacks and bombardments of artillery shells. Because the Blood Knights dispersed and charged very quickly, a lot of damage was avoided. Even if you are attacked, as long as you are not attacked several times in a row, the damage caused will still be limited. Because there are no monsters outside the fortress, the Blood Knight cannot cause damage and cannot restore its blood volume. Zhu Zhao had no choice but to let the unicorn fly over the front battlefield to add blood to the Blood Knight and dispel the negative magic added to the Blood Knight by the magic tower. The probability of being killed instantly is even lower. In order to ensure Alice's safety, Zhu Zhao even assigned 100 units of unicorns to follow her. Heroes are too precious. Even if all the Blood Knights die, as long as Alice is still there, it is not a problem. And don't forget that Zhu Zhao's troops also have a unit of angels following him, and Louise on the left also launched an attack after receiving the signal. The wrath of the Black Dragon is not something these monsters can resist, with the firepower damage of the side defense system of this fortress. It is a small problem for the 14th level Black Dragon. As the dragon's breath fell, in an instant, the defense equipment on the fortress wall collapsed instantly, and the guards on the wall also suffered heavy losses. The health value dropped like diabetes. Along with it, there were also white lights, each representing the death of a unit of monsters, and Louise's attack never stopped. After a wave of dragon breath, the second wave of dragon breath followed. The same was true for the 9,000 units of 11th level vampire dukes led by Lilith on the right, summon vampire bats to attack monsters on the city wall, causing damage while restoring their own health. The Blood Tide skill directly attacks the city defense equipment. The front also collapsed under the attack of the Fire Dragon Mage. Like the city wall, the city defense equipment also has durability. As long as the durability is gone, the city defense equipment will enter a damaged state and cannot attack. Only after the battle is over can resources be spent on repairs. One after another, the city defense crossbows were destroyed, and one after another, the mage towers were broken. There were also artillery pieces, which were also shattered. Alice, who was responsible for attracting firepower on the battlefield in front of the fortress, had a face full of resentment at this moment. Woo woo woo, it really attracts firepower. We can only passively take the beating. When will we be able to break into the city? Chapter 33 The abacus beads hit me in the face. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhu Zhao rode a unicorn and just passed over Alice and heard her complaints. What are you waiting for? The firepower point of the city defense system has been destroyed. Attack and break the city. Alice heard Zhu Zhao's order in the air and became excited instantly. Lord, I've been waiting for you to say this. I love you. After that, she blew a kiss to Zhu Zhao in the air, and then gathered all the Blood Knights, raised their knights' lances, and gave an order. With more than 2,000 Blood Knights, they charged towards the fortress. Alice led the Blood Knights to charge quickly to the fortress wall, and started to attack and break the city without saying a word. The city defense equipment on the wall had been destroyed by the Fire Dragon Mage, and the Fire Dragon Mage also began to shift the target and focus on the wall. The durability of the front wall dropped rapidly. It didn't last long before it was broken by the Blood Knights and the Fire Dragon Mage. Alice led the Blood Knights to rush in from the gap. As for Louise and Lilith on the other two sides, they had already started to clear the guarding monsters inside the fortress. After the firepower points of the city defense system were destroyed, the city walls could not stop the flying soldiers. When Zhu Zhao also came to the fortress, more than half of the guarding monsters in the city had been eliminated. The Blood Knights also showed what they should be as an 11th level soldier. Under the leadership of Alice, they collectively charged and crushed groups of monster guards, which was a world of difference from when they could only passively defend. The cavalry, only when they launched large-scale attacks on the enemy, will they show their terrifying power. There will be basically no suspense in the battle. There are Blood Knights charging in front. There are also the standard 3-hit combo of the Black Dragon's melee. There are also vampire dukes attacking in the sky and unicorns healing. Each attack is accompanied by several or even dozens of white lights flashing. What's more, the Black Dragon, Blood Knights, and vampire dukes together have more than 10,000 units. Tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of white lights flashed in each round. How many rounds can the remaining less than half of the guard monsters withstand? As for counterattack, don't be ridiculous. without the firepower points of the city defense system, these monsters are basically not able to break the defense of the 14th level Black Dragon, as for the Blood Knight and the Vampire Duke. The damage caused by the guard monsters is not as high as their recovery. How to counterattack. The next battle is no suspense. The remaining monsters did not last long and were wiped out. There were a few bosses that lasted a little longer. Under the group attack of the Black Dragon, the time was really just a little longer. Let Iris release the caveman from the armed space to clean up the battlefield and collect the spoils. Today, the cooldown of the Archangel Heart has ended, and another unit of angels has been recruited. Arrange 2 units of angels to revive the Blood Knights who just attracted firepower and died. Zhu Zhao walked towards the hall in the center of the fortress. To capture the fortress, it is not enough to just kill all the guarding monsters, you also need to go to the lobby in the center of the fortress to choose to occupy. At the same time, you can receive rewards. It has been a long time since I got the first blood rewarded by the system. Soon, several people and Ilon came to the lobby in the center of the fortress. There is no difference between this place and the Lord's Hall. The fortress is also a kind of territory and also requires the heart of the territory. Click on the fortress panel, system prompt. Congratulations to the player for capturing the fortress. Choose to occupy, and destroy. After destroying it, you can get some construction resources. Dog system, of course it is occupied. Did I work hard to capture the fortress just to destroy it to get those resources? System prompt. Congratulations to the player for successfully occupying the fortress. The system prompt sound just fell, and the system announcement of the whole server sounded again. System announcement. Congratulations to the player, Tianpeng, for becoming the first player to occupy the fortress, and get the reward of 100 million basic resources. 100 hours of time acceleration card *100, resource point migration scroll *50, red resource point upgrade scroll *50, mythical equipment treasure chest *2, hereby announced to encourage. System announcement. System announcement. After hearing the system announcement 3 times in a row, all the players in the strategic map fell silent in an instant. After the silence, there was a crazy screen refresh in the chat channel. Fortress. What is a fortress? Who can come out and introduce it? I just entered the strategic map and heard Chang Wei fighting Lai Fu. Who is Tianpeng? How many troops do I need to fight the fortress? I just entered the strategic map and there are only a dozen tier 1 troops in total. Can I also fight the fortress? Tianpeng, from the name, he must be the boss of Xia country. The reward is too generous. Long live the boss of Xia country. Oh, Tianpeng must be from our country. The chat channel was in chaos, and suddenly a loudspeaker shouting from the whole server sounded. Baga, who can help me contact Lord Tianpeng? I am willing to reward 10 million in reality. The loudspeaker shouting from the whole server is different from the world chat channel. It is free in the world chat channel, but it can only be seen in the chat channel. The server-wide loudspeaker is similar to the world announcement. 100,000 gold coins per time. Representatives of various countries and representatives of major families or consortiums also use the server-wide loudspeaker to shout at the same time. Hello, Lord Tianpeng, can you give me a friend position? I want to cooperate with you, or form an alliance. If we can meet in person, we can agree to any of your conditions. We in the Eagle country also want to cooperate with you. If you can come to our Eagle country, we can give you a higher treatment. Zhu Zhao looked at the representatives of various countries and the representatives of various consortiums or families shouting through the loudspeakers of the whole server, and couldn't help complaining. Your abacus beads have hit me in the face. You still want to meet in real life and agree to any conditions. I'm afraid that you will eat me up without leaving even the bones. At the same time, in the East Continent, the Elf Forest, a female lord stood in place, constantly flipping through the various messages in the chat channel. From time to time, there was a look of confusion and shock on her face. If Zhu Zhao was here, he would definitely recognize that this woman was Meng Han. Meng Han's appearance did not change at all. At this time, she had just entered the strategic map, but she was attracted by the world announcement just now. Who is this Tianpeng? How many troops does he have? He can occupy the fortress so early. It would be great if it was Zhu Zhao. I don't know when that enemy can enter the strategic map. Alas, that with a sigh, Meng Han closed the chat channel panel. As for why she didn't do the same as other forces and also use the world loudspeaker to call for Tianping to add her as a friend? She knew in her heart that she couldn't add a big boss just because she wanted to. The most urgent task should be to develop the territory first and make herself stronger. Only in this way can she and Zhu Zhao have a bright future in the real world. No more time, build the territory first, then recruit soldiers, go out to level up, open treasure chests, and collect resource points, in order to get rid of the family's control over her marriage in the future, and to be together with Zhu Zhao in the end. If she wants to become stronger, only the Universal Lord has the opportunity to change her fate in reality. Chapter 34. A Gentleman Talks, Not Fights. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kunlun Mountains, inside the fortress that Zhu Zhao just occupied. Zhu Zhao thought about all the sad things, but he couldn't suppress the rising corners of his mouth. It is worthy of being rewarded with first blood. It is arrogant. Basic resources of 100 million each can be converted into 400 million gold coins. There are also many time acceleration cards and resource point migration scrolls. There were actually 50 red resource point upgrade scrolls awarded. You can upgrade any resource point to the top red resource point. Each red resource point represents 10 million basic resources, 50 cards, representing 500 million basic resources. Although the regeneration time of red resource points is a little longer, this is not a problem. The key is that 2 mythical equipment treasure chests are also awarded. You can now change equipment for yourself or your heroes. It's been a long time since I sent my blessings to the adoptive father of the system. 365 blessings must be arranged this time. Before Zhu Zhao could finish sending his 365 blessings, notifications for adding friends kept ringing. Zhu Zhao quickly muted the notification and looked at the messages. Boss Tianping, please give me a friend position. I would like to discuss cooperation with you. Boss Canopy, I'm a Lolita. She's light and soft and easy to push down. Add a friend to send you private photos. Boss. Damn. What kind of beautiful heroes are there in this territory? Do you need a Lolita? Set the friends bar to automatically reject. Although there are many representatives of big forces who have requested to add friends, I will definitely add them in the future, but definitely not now. After all, in a national lord, trade and war are inevitable. Among them, Zhu Zhao's most important thing is trade. If you develop alone, the speed of collecting resources is still too slow. Relying on the memory of his previous life, he is already far ahead of other Lord players. Things that I don't like are treasures in the eyes of other players. Sell the things you don't need. Aren't all players working for themselves? Thinking about it, I'm actually a little excited. I changed the name of the fortress to make it easier for me to remember it in the future. Kunlun Mountains Fortress Number 1, belonging to Heaven and Earth, Level 1. Troops that can be garrisoned, 0 out of 100, 000. Teleportable locations, Elf Forest, Dark Valley, White Horse Plains, Abyss Swamp. Transmission fee. Configurable, City Defense System, reparable. Yes, the fortress can actually be regarded as a teleportation array. You can let lords or heroes lead troops to teleport over long distances, but there is a prerequisite. That is, the place where you want to teleport must also have a fortress that belongs to the same force, or is an ally, or the other party has an open teleportation array before you can teleport. In the early stage of national lordship, all fortresses are in the hands of monsters or NPC forces. Unless an alliance is reached, mutual teleportation is enabled. Otherwise, you can only occupy a fortress by yourself. So, currently Zhu Zhao only occupied this fortress and was unable to teleport. Similarly, fortresses also need to be defended. If it was attacked by other monsters or NPC forces, wouldn't he have to fight again? I just don't know if there will be system rewards if I conquer the same fortress again. But after thinking about it, let it go. The system will not leave such a big bug for players. There is actually another benefit to occupying the fortress. If a player wants to use the teleportation array, he needs to pay a certain amount of basic resources as a fee. If there is a larger flow of people, the teleportation fee alone can support a slightly larger territory. However, Zhu Zhao will not open the fortress at present, and can only wait until later. Now that the fortress was successfully occupied, Zhu Zhao hurriedly went to the fortress warehouse, where there was still a lot of small money waiting for him. After plundering the fortress's warehouse, I was extremely satisfied with the harvest. When I went back, I could use a small wave of exclusive troops. The caveman, who was a coolie, had also finished cleaning up the trophies at this time. Zhu Zhao decided to return to his territory first. As for the fortress, there is no need to garrison troops yet. Wait until you get back and explode a wave of soldiers before sending someone over. The newly occupied fortress will have a protection period of up to 48 hours, it has the same nature as the invincible set at the beginning of the territory, but the time is a little shorter. As for the damaged city walls and city defense equipment, Zhu Zhao looked at the resources needed for repairs and arranged them accordingly. Zhu Zhao rode Louise, and the remaining 3 girls rode unicorns and returned to the territory. As for the arms, all were received by Louise in the arms space. After returning to the territory, as soon as I got off Louise, I was warmly welcomed by Kath, who was staying in the territory. Kath was not wearing a knight's armor like Alice, very cool to wear. Elf tribe, in order to be closer to nature. It is understandable, I understand, but Zhu Zhao can't stand it. You can imagine that every time you come home, there is a beautiful woman with a slim figure who comes up and gives you a warm hug. At the same time, there were several beauties nearby who also joined in the fun. Well, that female black dragon doesn't count. Which man can bear this kind of grievance? It must be returned, but it was difficult for one punch to beat 4 hands, not to mention there was a female dragon next to him who was eager to try. Zhu Zhao was soon defeated. A gentleman talks but doesn't use his hands. Who told you to touch and pinch him? Lord, we are not gentlemen. Are you hungry, Lord? Let's prepare dinner for you. Go on, don't do anything next time. Okay, Lord. After saying that, the women ran into the kitchen. It's time to take stock of what you have gained and see how many exclusive units you can train, but before that, you still need to upgrade your territory level. View territory properties. Territory, heaven and earth. Name can be changed once. Lord, canopy, level, 8. Allies, none. Affiliated territory, Kunlun Mountains Fortress number 1. Accommodating units, 64211/500,000. Basic resources, 260 million gold coins, 230 million wood, 240 million stone ore, and 250 million iron ore. Food, 95 million. Upgrade requirements, 12.8 million gold coins, wood, stone ore, and iron ore each. Well, the adoptive father of the system rewarded basic resources with 100 million each, and he also obtained more than 100 million each by searching basic resources in the fortress warehouse. Plus the fortress guardian monsters contributed loot after they died. Well, Zhu Zhao's empty territory panel became rich again. Anything not mentioned will be converted into gold coins, 980 million gold coins. There are also 2 mythical equipment treasure chests. Open them. System prompt. You open the mythical equipment treasure chest *2 and obtain mythical equipment, vampire cloak, elf mysterious armor, vampire king cloak. Level, myth, attributes. Increase the user's all attributes by 30%. Special effect, blood sucking. Increases the user's 100% blood sucking effect. Conjuring souls. Killed monsters have a 10% chance of becoming a skeleton warrior, which lasts for 12 hours. Elf King leather armor. Level, myth, attributes. Increase the user's all attributes by 30%. Special effect, blessing of the Elf King. Increases self-blocking rate by 25% for all elves in the array. Guardian of the Elf King, adds a shield to the entire array of elves, reducing damage by 25%. 2 pieces of mythical equipment, the Vampire King's cloak for Lilith. The special effects of summoning spirits are good. In the future, you don't have to bring cavemen to clean the battlefield. The Elf King leather armor was prepared for Kath. Special effects can be attached to the entire array of elves. Well, Kath will have to wear leather armor when going out from now on. Many Lord players and National Lords are lustful people. As for whether they are in the territory, it is not necessary. We must respect the beliefs of every hero. Since Kath wants to get closer to nature, let's get closer. What's more, this lord is not that kind of lecherous person. No need to be defensive. The thought of seeing such an eye-catching hero every day makes me feel happy. Well, keep working hard and work hard for the wonderful goal. let's continue taking stock of the harvest. There are also red resource point upgrade scrolls. Chapter 35, Elf Ears Glow at Night. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Red resource point upgrade scroll. After use, any resource point can be upgraded to red. I have to say, this is a good thing. The lowest level white resource point has a resource reserve of only 50,000 units, the red resource point has a resource reserve of 10 million units. The red resource point upgrade scroll can upgrade any level of resource point to red, 50,000 to 10 million. The system directly rewards 50 of these scrolls. The regeneration time of white resource points is 12 hours, while the regeneration time of red resource points is 120 hours. These 50 scrolls will bring Zhu Zhao 500 million basic resource income every 5 days, which is a fixed income. At this time, dinner is almost ready. Zhu Zhao was inevitably taken advantage of by several heroes at the table. But it is a blessing to suffer losses. The more losses you suffer, the more blessed you are. After dinner, it is time to add some exclusive arms to the territory. Louise has passed level 10, and the exclusive arms can train 10,000. Currently, there are 2,200 units. It costs 780 million to make up 10,000 units. Currently, there are 10,004 units. After training Louise's exclusive troops, Zhu Zhao's face instantly turned bitter. 980 million gold coins, 200 million gold coins are left. No matter how expensive it is, you have to train. The top-level troops can completely crush the high, medium and low-level troops. They are not at the same level at all. With 200 million gold coins left, Zhu Zhao decided to let Alice train 10,000 units of exclusive troops, Blood Knights. It just so happens that there are 10,000 units of Hungry Wolf fighters in the territory, just right. The Tianshang Renjian territory is guarded by Kate and 20,000 units of Guardian Elves. As for the main combat troops, there are 10,000 units of 10th level Fire Dragon Mage, 9,000 units of 11th level Vampire Duke, 10,004 units of 14th level Black Dragon, 1,700 units of Unicorns and 2 units of Angel Assistants, which are enough. Alice and her 12,500 units of 11th level Blood Knights were to be assigned to guard the fortress. The territory was empty again. Zhu Zhao gave 2 more pieces of equipment to Lilith and Kate. Resource point migration scrolls and red resource point upgrade scrolls were also given to everyone. After arranging the affairs of the territory, Zhu Zhao wanted to rest. He didn't rest well last night and got up too early in the morning. He needs to conserve his energy tonight. When the girls and the dragon heard that Zhu Zhao was going to rest, their eyes lit up. Iris insisted on accompanying him to rest because she was afraid of the dark at night. Alice also wanted to rest with Iris because she wanted to sleep with Iris. Lilith's reason was much more normal. She was afraid that Zhu Zhao was too tired during the day, so she wanted to give him a Japanese massage to relax him. Kate's reason was much more outrageous. She actually told Zhu Zhao that the elves' ears glowed at night and insisted that he see if it was true. The most outrageous thing is Louise, who actually wants to be Zhu Zhao's bed. Which lord would ride a black dragon as a bed at night? Bah, isn't it just for his own body? Why find so many excuses? These reasons were rejected by Zhu Zhao one by one. Zhu Zhao clearly stated that as long as you work harder and the territory develops rapidly, then the women and the dragon did not bother too much and went about their own business. Zhu Zhao also secretly breathed a sigh of relief. He was willing but unable. If he really agreed to their request tonight, he would really be eaten to the bone. At the same time, in the real world, in the capital of Xia, in a villa protected by layers of protection, a golden and luxurious supreme game cabin like a coffin was slowly opened. Then a strong figure walked out of the game cabin. He is about 1.8 meters tall, handsome and upright, with a strong physique, developed muscles, especially the blocky chest and abdominal muscles. The first impression he gives is that he is strong, tall and powerful. He wiped the nutrient solution on his body and went to the bathroom to wash up. When he came out, he had changed into a clean and neat camouflage uniform. He is Lei Jinzi in the game, and the representative of the Xia country's military in the real world. Then he came to a study in the villa. He knocked on the door, and when he got permission, he pushed the door open and entered. In the study was an old man in a tang suit. Although the old man was not young, but he stood there with his head held high and his chest held high, as tough and upright as a pine tree. and the momentum that belongs only to the superior. After seeing the old man, Lei Jinzi stood at attention and saluted first. "This is Mr. Wang from Xia country." Mr. Wang waved his hand casually and pointed to the sofa beside him. "Sit down and talk." Lei Jinzi hurriedly sat down, straightened his back, spread his legs, and placed his hands on his knees. Seeing his sitting posture, old Wang smiled. "Relax, there are no outsiders here." Lei Jinzi simply answered yes, but his sitting posture remained unchanged. Old Wang could only smile helplessly. "Did something happen in the game?" Lei Jinzi hesitated. "Everything went well, but..." "But what?" "It's just Tianpeng's matter, you should know. Can you find his information?" Old Wang shook his head. "After the intelligent operation of the Universal Lord is started, no country or individual can interfere. No one knows Tianpeng's information. According to the staff, this person should be a Xia player." After a pause. "I will order others to do their best to find out Tianpeng's identity. And what you have to do is to make friends with Tianpeng as much as possible in the game. If he can join our camp, as long as the conditions are not harmful to the country and the people, we can agree to it." Lei Jinzi nodded. "Don't worry, I know what to do." Old Wang walked to the window and looked up at the sky outside. The development of the territory in the game must not be left behind. If you have any difficulties, you can always raise them. I will find a way to solve them for you. I am old, and I can only rely on you young people in the game of Universal Lords. This is the opportunity of the entire Blue Star. Even in the end. I must keep my Xia country safe." Lei Jinzi looked at the old man in front of him who had devoted his life to the Xia country and died for it. He stood up with respect and saluted. "Yes. I guarantee to complete the task." Old Wang nodded with satisfaction. "I see the hope of Xia country in you, just like back then." The same situation also appeared in many countries on Blue Star. However, some are well-intentioned, while others are full of malice. In fact, the public lord had conducted an internal test before the public beta. It was the result of the discussion between the countries and the main brain. However, the number of places is limited, and each country has only 10 places. As for the 10 places, they were divided by the major forces within each country. There are even some shameless big countries that have snatched the places of small countries. Yes, I am talking about you, Eagle Sauce. The internal test time is 1 month. After 1 month, the internal test ended. All the internal test archives were deleted by the main brain. Although Zhu Zhao has been reborn, he doesn't know these things. Then there is no doubt that Lei Jinzi of Xia country, Arthur of Eagle Sauce, and Meichuan Naiku of Japan, etc., are all players who have been through the internal test. As players who have been through the internal test for a month, they have great advantages. Many things are planned by a special game staff, but the breeze caused by Zhu Zhao's waving wings disrupted their deployment to a certain extent. It is no wonder why all the major forces have set their sights on Zhu Zhao, because after communicating with all parties, they all confirmed that Zhu Zhao was not their man. They all wanted to know who this player who disrupted their deployment was. At this moment, Zhu Zhao was sleeping very soundly in Tianshang Renjian. Chapter 36. If there is one, there will be two. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Waking up early in the morning, all my fatigue was gone, and I was full of energy again. As soon as I walked out of the Lord's Hall, I received 5 hugs of love. After eating the territory's loving breakfast, Zhu Zhao began to arrange today's plan. Taiwan Novel Network to occupy the second fortress. After taking the first fortress, of course, we have to continue. After all, there are rewards later. After occupying the fortress, there are too many good things and the rewards are also generous. This feeling is really irresistible. Although at present, except for Zhu Zhao, there should be no other Lord players who have the strength to capture the fortress. However, it is better to be safe than sorry. Who knows whether those big forces will recklessly capture the fortress because of their own stimulation. Besides, if there is nothing today, it does not mean there will be nothing tomorrow. Even if there is nothing tomorrow, it does not mean there will be nothing the day after tomorrow. Even if, so, as a lonely man, Zhu Zhao cannot take it lightly. What should be caught must be caught, and what should be tightened must be tightened. this is why we have to attack the second fortress. It was early morning, the sun rose in the east, illuminating the whole land with vitality. Taking advantage of the good weather, Zhu Zhao began to deploy troops in the territory. The only ones left in Tianshang Renjian were Kate and her guardian elves. The base camp is the top priority, and we can't be careless about it. All 10,000 cavemen were left behind to collect resource points around the territory. 700 unicorns and 1 angel were left behind to be prepared. Because of the special effects of the Vampire King's cloak, Zhu Zhao would no longer need to bring coolies when he went out in the future. Before leaving, Zhu Zhao emphasized Kate's defense of the number 1 fortress in the Kunlun Mountains. As usual, the troops were stored in the troop space before departure. Zhu Zhao rode Louise, and the remaining women rode unicorns and set off facing the sunrise. In the range of Kunlun Mountains, no other Lord players' territories were found. It may be that Kunlun Mountains are dangerous, and other Lord players deliberately avoided them, but when he left the range of Kunlun Mountains, Zhu Zhao saw several territories. The levels were all level 1 or 2, and the invincible condoms were still there. Zhu Zhao couldn't help but curl his lips. There's not even a fucking city wall. It's so shabby that he completely forgot how he looked when he first entered the strategic map. The lords in these territories brought their own troops to fight monsters around the territories, look for treasure chests, and attack resource points, but what they didn't know was that the treasure chests in this area had actually been opened by Zhu Zhao. And the resource points were low-level resource points that Zhu Zhao had not moved away, not to mention eating meat. Even drinking soup was not much, and he could only lick the bowl to fill his hunger. When some Lord players noticed Louise and the unicorn in the air, they also became cautious. They dared not make too much noise, fearing to attract the attention of the Black Dragon. If they were accidentally targeted by the Black Dragon, with their current small bodies, they would not be able to withstand the Black Dragon's old spit. Zhu Zhao did not care about these little karami. The main purpose was to hurry to the second fortress. After occupying the first fortress, the coordinates of the fortress near the teleportation location would be revealed. This also saved Zhu Zhao a lot of time to find a new fortress point. While on the road, Zhu Zhao opened the chat channel. The chat channel was still very lively. The whole server loudspeaker shouted. Because Zhu Zhao did not respond, they stopped shouting. There was no way. 100,000 gold coins at a time. These gold coins may not be a big deal for the big forces, but they will not do business without returns. Instead of wasting it on shouting on the loudspeaker of the whole server, it is better to recruit more soldiers. However, there are still many players in the chat channel of the whole server who are still swiping the screen, trying to contact Zhu Zhao. After all, the chat channel for the entire server does not cost gold coins. Send a few more people to brush it first, just in case they can get in touch. As the saying goes, if there is a date or not, try it first. They marched for nearly 36 hours in a row. When they were hungry, Iris would get some food in the wild. When they were tired, they would rest on Louise for a while. Finally, Louise's dream of letting Zhu Zhao ride her as a bed came true. As for the unicorns that the women rode, they had been changed several times. When a unicorn's stamina was only half left, the women would change the unicorn. As for Zhu Zhao's Louise, the top-level race hero's stamina recovery was still very fast, so she could rest for a while. It's not that Zhu Zhao didn't want to change, but when Louise was free, she didn't want him to ride someone else. After nearly 36 hours of marching, the cooldown of the Archangel's heart ended twice. 2 more angels were recruited, a total of 4 units. But 1 unit was left for Kate. Now you know the importance of fortress teleportation, right? If the 2 fortresses are connected, Zhu Zhao can teleport directly, saving nearly 36 hours of marching. Finally arrived at the edge of the Dark Valley. We set out in the morning to greet the sunrise, and arrived here at sunset. The Dark Valley, as the name suggests, is full of dark monsters, because in the early stage of the game, the periphery is basically dominated by level 5 blood witches. Of course, the deeper you go, the more high-level monsters there are. Because of this, the Dark Valley is like the Kunlun Mountains. For the time being, no stubborn Lord player dares to establish a territory within the Dark Valley, and this gave Zhu Zhao an opportunity. Soon, a piece of open space was cleared outside the Dark Valley for temporary stationing. After more than a day of continuous travel, basically no good rest, several people and 1 dragon were already exhausted and hungry. Before attacking the second fortress, They must get enough rest and food to replenish their physical strength and spirit, release all the soldiers from the soldier space and feed them food. Iris also hunted some game and made some food. After dinner, several women and one dragon even forgot about such an important thing as teasing Zhu Zhao, and went to rest. It seems that the continuous running around really exhausted the women. No words all night. The next day, Zhu Zhao just woke up and saw that several heroes had prepared breakfast and were waiting for him to wake up. While eating breakfast, Iris introduced Zhu Zhao to the situation of the fortress inside the Dark Valley. Lord, Lilith and I went to investigate the situation of the fortress this morning. See, this is the benefit of having a hero. Sometimes many things will be prepared in advance, saving him a lot of trouble, just like this breakfast, and the investigation of the fortress. If there is no hero, I can only do it myself after waking up. The level of this fortress is the same as that of fortress number 1, both are level 1 fortresses, and the number of monsters is not much. Lilith continued. The level of the monsters guarding the fortress is between level 5 and 8, all of which are dark monsters. But no flying monsters were found in the fortress. No flying monsters. Yes, no flying monsters were found during the investigation. Most of them are bloody witches, minotaurs, dark knights and other melee monsters. After hearing about the situation of the monsters guarding the fortress, Zhu Zhao was ecstatic. Since most of them are melee monsters, it will be much easier to capture this fortress. Zhu Zhao's troops, except for Alice's exclusive 11th level Blood Knight, are melee troops, and the others are either ranged or flying troops. Even though the Blood Knight is a melee troop, it is still a crushing blow to the guarding monsters in the fortress. The level gap is too big, so what are you waiting for? Eat and start working, aiming at the fortress of Dark Valley. Chapter 37. It's so hard to play a game. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After breakfast, put all the troops that should be collected into the troop space. Google search TWKN. Zhu Zhao rode Louise and headed for the fortress in the Dark Valley. After more than an hour, they finally arrived at their destination. This fortress is located in the core area of the Dark Valley. There are high mountains on the east, west and north sides, and only one entrance on the south. The location near the valley entrance is blocked by a tall wall. The wall is equipped with complete defense equipment, and there are guard monsters patrolling back and forth. It is more vigilant than the first fortress Zhu Zhao occupied. Seeing this situation, Zhu Zhao couldn't help but complain. No matter how strict the vigilance is, you are also a weakness if you are short-handed. Arrange Iris to command her exclusive troop, the Fire Dragon Mage, to attack the defense equipment and the guard monsters on the wall. After the wall is cleaned up, concentrate firepower to attack the wall and break the city. Call Alice again. Alice, you lead the Blood Knights to guard the entrance of the valley and protect the Fire Dragon Mage. After the city defense equipment destroys the city, you charge to the city wall and break the city. Yes, my lord. After that, he smiled and led the Blood Knights to block the entrance of the valley. Louise, Lilith, this time there is only one wall, and we will attack directly from the front. First, assist the Fire Dragon Mage to destroy the city defense equipment of the fortress. Ignore the monsters on the wall. After destroying the city defense equipment, attack the fortress directly. Yes, Lord. Asterisk 2. Zhu Zhao took the angel and unicorn to do auxiliary work behind the large army. In the future, there will be more and more heroes of his own. If he can avoid doing it himself, he will not do it. His physical strength should not be consumed in releasing skills, but should be left for. Zhu Zhao gave an order. Attack. As soon as the voice fell, 10,000 units of Fire Dragon Mages, under the command of Iris, began to release magic fire dragon explosions on the city wall. Louise and Lilith also brought their own special flying arms and began to attack. The primary target is the city defense equipment. As long as the city defense equipment is destroyed, the remaining guarding monsters can be easily controlled. The monsters on the city wall also sounded the alarm at the first time. In an instant, the entire fortress began to stir. Hundreds of thousands of monsters guarding the fortress ran out of the building, climbed the city wall, and began to fight, but it was useless. Only the city defense equipment was a long-range attack, and most of the guarding monsters were short-handed and could only watch. The monsters on the city wall saw the Blood Knights ready to go at the entrance of the valley, and they dared not go out of the city to fight. The momentum exuded by the 11th level Blood Knights was not easy to mess with. After the Fire Dragon Mage attacked, the 14th level Black Dragon led by Louise and the 11th level Vampire Duke led by Lily flew over. After arriving above the city wall, the primary goal was to concentrate firepower and destroy the city defense equipment. Soon, the city defense equipment was completely destroyed. Louise and Lilith no longer paid attention to the guarding monsters on the city wall, but led their own special troops to attack the interior of the fortress. The guarding monsters on the city wall wanted to fight back. Unfortunately, they were too short to reach the flying troops, and they were so angry that they kept howling. They could only run down the city wall, join the monster army in the fortress, and then think of a way. They didn't care about the city wall. Monster, you can only passively take the beating. If you want, you can defend it. Iris saw that the city wall equipment was destroyed, and the monsters guarding the city wall also ran down, and then began to command the Fire Dragon Mage to turn around and attack the city wall, and Zhu Zhao, seeing that the time was almost right, directly ordered Alice to launch an attack. Alice couldn't hold back any longer. After hearing Zhu Zhao's order, he rushed to lead 12,500 Blood Knights to charge. In an instant, the valley was dusty and the earth was shaking. Charged to the foot of the city wall, began to attack the city wall, and broke the city. If we don't hurry up and break into the city and enter the fortress, we won't be able to eat meat, and we probably won't even be able to drink soup. How can we not be anxious? With 10,000 units of Fire Dragon Mages and 12,500 units of Blood Knights attacking at the same time, the durability of this wall of the fortress dropped rapidly. Soon the durability of the wall was 0, and several gaps were opened. Led by Alice, the Blood Knights entered the fortress in a line and killed their way into the fortress. After putting the Fire Dragon Mage into the armed space, Zhu Zhao and Iris, each riding a unicorn, also came to the sky above the fortress. Massacre, naked. Massacre, Louise and her exclusive arms, the Black Dragon, may not feel that spitting dragon breath in the air is not enough. They have already landed from the air to the ground and started fighting with the guarding monsters inside the fortress. The gap between the mid-level monsters and the top-level arms is too big, and they can't break the defense at all. It's a one-sided massacre. This is also why we should first focus on destroying the city defense equipment. On the city wall, the damage to the city defense equipment is still considerable. If it is not destroyed in advance, even with the resurrection of the angel, there will inevitably be losses in the troops. Zhu Zhao's troops are all high-level troops, which are very expensive. Losing a unit is painful. Alice also led the Blood Knights to rush over. The Knights charge, especially the large-scale charge, that scene. The most shameless one is the Vampire Duke led by Lilith, who bullies the guard monsters because they are all melee troops. After summoning the Vampire Bat, he released the skill Blood Tide in the air and refused to come down. Just after consuming some blood to release the skill, with the blood recovery effect of the Vampire Bat and the talent bonus of Lilith, the blood volume was directly filled up, then continue to consume blood to release skills. The key is that among the guarding monsters they killed, a unit of skeleton warriors will pop out from time to time. The special effect of the Vampire King cloak equipped by Lilith, summoning souls. Although the level of the skeleton warriors is not high, as the number of guarding monsters decreases, the number of skeleton warriors increases. The key is free. Although there is a time limit, it is not painful to die. The subsequent battles are no longer suspenseful. With the death of the last Lord Boss, the victory of this battle is declared. The battlefield is left to the free labor skeleton warriors to clean up, and Zhu Zhao falls from the air and goes straight to the fortress hall. As the system prompts Zhu Zhao that the fortress has been successfully occupied, the next moment, the system announcement of the entire server sounded again. System announcement: congratulations to player Tianping for becoming the second player to occupy the fortress. The rewards are 80 million basic resources each, 100 hours of time acceleration card *50, resource point migration scroll *20, red resource point upgrade scroll *20, mythical equipment treasure chest *1, hereby announced to encourage. System announcement. System announcement. It has not been a few days since the first fortress was occupied. The whole server was silent again. Tianping occupied the second fortress? It's too outrageous. You know, most of the Lord players can only recruit about 100 to 200 units of low-level soldiers. There are many players who can't even get these few soldiers. Whether it is upgrading, opening treasure chests, or occupying resource points, you need to kill monsters. Since you kill monsters, casualties of soldiers are inevitable. Not every player is like Zhu Zhao, who can recruit one unit of 14th level Black Dragon for free at the beginning. All players fell into deep self-doubt. It's only been a few days, and Tianping has already captured 2 fortresses. Didn't his troops suffer any damage when he captured the fortress? Although the reward for the first capture of the fortress is indeed generous, but recruiting troops also takes time. The higher the rank of the troops, the longer it takes to recruit. It's only been a few days. And he has the strength to capture the second fortress again. Is this necessary? I just want to play the game. Playing a game is so difficult. Chapter 38, Sweetie becomes Mrs. Nyo. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the World Chat channel, the screen refresh rate has skyrocketed again. Big Brother Canopy, who is it? Come out and make a fuss. Big Brother Canopy has already captured 2 fortresses. I'm still worried about how to capture white resource points. People should be compared with others, but goods should be thrown away. Search TWKN on Google. Upstairs, let's lighten the fire and just play a game. Why should we be so serious? Fuck you, uncle. I also want to conquer the fortress and I also want rewards. Upstairs. Looking at the whole Shanghai beach, phew, looking at the entire chat channel, there are some who are envious, some who are jealous, some who want to be hugged, and some who have Zhu Zhao as their goal, but no one dared to say that he had captured 2 fortresses like him. This made the big forces with the qualifications for internal testing very angry, at the foot of a large mountain in the western continent. Arthur, who had just been complacent about capturing a purple resource point, punched a nearby tree after hearing the system announcement. Fake, who is Canopy? We have captured 2 fortresses one after another, and the plan has to be redeployed again. Fake. And on a small island in the East Continent. A short, wretched-looking Japanese man had just killed a boss. Before he could celebrate with his troops, he heard a system announcement. Baga, Tianping, just wait, don't let me find you in reality, otherwise, hee. On the outskirts of the elf forest, a beautiful woman who had just occupied a resource point secretly cheered for herself after hearing the announcement. Perhaps only after she can catch up with the Canopy boss can she get rid of the shackles of family marriage. The system announcement that Zhu Zhao captured the second fortress once again shocked players, but this time, representatives of the major forces did not use the server-wide loudspeakers to shout again. It costs 100,000 gold coins at a time. Last time I called for a long time and got no response. With these gold coins, it is better to use them to quickly develop the territory. Only by becoming stronger and stronger can we have a chance. As for the Dark Valley Fortress Hall, Zhu Zhao couldn't help but curled his lips when he heard the system's rewards. How come the rewards have become less, dog system? The first time I called you Xiao Tian, the second time I called you Mrs. Nyo, bah, despicable. Let's change the name of the fortress, Dark Valley Fortress number 2, belonging to, Heaven and Earth, Level 1. Troops that can be garrisoned, 0 out of 100, 000. Teleportable locations, Kunlun Mountains, Endless Coast, Desert Oasis, Transmission Fee, Configurable, City Defense System, Reparable, well, not bad. The teleportation to the Kunlun Mountains has finally been opened. You won't have to march for so long when you come to the Dark Valley in the future, hee. The territory has expanded a little bit. Of course, we can't forget to restore the fortress defenses as well. Then he came to the fortress warehouse. There were more items in the warehouse than the system rewarded. Open the rewarded mythical equipment treasure chest. System prompt. Congratulations to the player for obtaining the mythical equipment. Crown of Vulcan, level, myth, attributes. Increase the user's all attributes by 30%. Special effects, Vulcan guidance, fire element control, yes. This is obviously the same set as the Vulcan scepter and can be given to Iris. There are also 20 red resource point upgrade scrolls, which can upgrade 20 more resource points and increase the fixed income by another 200 million. now that the fortress of Dark Valley has been captured, let's start exploring from the fortress. There is no way, because the fortress has just been occupied and there is a 48-hour protective shield. The teleportation array cannot be used yet. You can only teleport after the protective shield disappears. Zhu Zhao didn't want to waste time on the road. What's more, the rewards for reclaiming land in Dark Valley will be quite generous. Just do it, call all the heroes, gather the troops, and explore from the fortress outwards, because no players have entered here yet. Not long after they came out, they saw a wave of monster Dark Knights. Click to view properties. Dark Knight, level. Level 8, melee Knight type arms, level, 4. Race. Human. HP, 8000. Defense, 320. Damage per second, 300. Speed, 12. Skills, Dark Charge, Dark Aura. The attributes of the Dark Knight at level 4 are still good, but for Zhu Zhao's unit, it is trivial. Attack directly and get the experience and loot delivered to your door. Don't give it up in vain. Soon, Zhu Zhao discovered that this would not work because the monsters were not enough. So the troops were divided into 4 groups, each with their own exclusive units to open up Wasteland. Let Iris take all the unicorns. Although the Fire Dragon Mage has high output, his body is still a bit fragile. As for the 3 units of angels, there is 1 unit per person, so you are prepared for any trouble. Of course, the 12-hour free coolie, the Skeleton Warrior, is also divided into 4. Zhu Zhao rode Louise and took the 14th level Black Dragon to the west to start exploring, for the 10,004 units of the Black Dragon. The monsters on the road are just indiscriminate killing, sweeping all the way, all the monsters discovered could not escape the clutches of the Black Dragon. The next period of time was spent killing monsters. There is currently no other player involved in the Dark Valley, so there are a lot of monsters, a lot of resource points, and a lot of treasure chests. Zhu Zhao's sweep alone would be a fruitful harvest. While Zhu Zhao was opening up Wasteland, other Lord players were also working hard to develop their territories. Especially the representatives of the major forces, that is, those players who have participated in the closed beta. Although the closed beta only lasts for a month, don't forget that they still have a group of staff behind them to help with planning, recruit troops, capture resource points, level up, find treasure chests, and even kill boss. On an island in the eastern continent, a group of short, obscene-looking trash gathered here. All these garbage are Japanese people. At this moment, they are trading all the resources, treasures, and even military templates they have collected to Yumekowa Uchiku. 100,000 basic resources, time accelerator card *1. 3rd level soldier pig-headed man. Silver equipment treasure chest, 50,000 basic resources. Yumekawachi looked at the various items and props in his backpack and was still very dissatisfied. Baga, not enough, not enough, not enough. I need more basic resources, higher level units, and more props. Most importantly, I need heroes. The higher the level, the better. You guys want to understand, this game is related to the national destiny of our Japanese country. After hearing his words, the other Japanese players around them shouted mixed vegetables one after another as if they had been given blood. Your Excellency Yumekawachi-ku, please rest assured that we will definitely collect various resources and deliver them to you as soon as possible. Yes, Your Majesty Yumekawachi-ku, you just need to become stronger, and we will definitely let you surpass that canopy. Long live Your Majesty the Licking Dog. These people are all tools prepared for him by the forces behind Yumekowa Naiku. They are also the so-called self-defense forces of Japan in the real world. They uniformly accept the management and deployment of Yumekowa Uchiku. In fact, it's not just Yumekowa Uchiku, there are many lords who have entered the strategic map, and they are all in the same situation. They are all representatives of the country, family, consortium, guild, and alliance. Before entering the strategic map, it was agreed that they would be born in the same area. Then after entering the strategic map, these lord players are like coolies. Start frantically collecting resources or items, and then trade them to representatives of these big forces. In this way, one tiger is alone and many birds cover the sun. Quickly accumulate resources for one or more lords and accelerate the development of their territories. As long as there are enough coolies, the resources contributed in a short period of time are absolutely beyond imagination. Of course, Zhu Zhao still has great advantages at present, things like high-level units, heroes, equipment, props, etc. are not things that coolies can get quickly, one step faster. Each step faster, what's more, Zhu Zhao is more than one step faster. Chapter 39. A little bit of hard work is not too much. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It wasn't until the protective cover of Dark Valley Fortress No. 2 ended that Zhu Zhao and several heroes rushed back to the fortress to rendezvous. For 2 days, Zhu Zhao rode Louise and led 10,004 units of black dragons. That is really killing God when God blocks God, and killing Buddha when Buddha blocks Buddha. Well, Niu Pai is exaggerating a bit. Anyway, Zhu Zhao was in charge of the west side. If he encountered any monsters, he would directly sweep them away and capture all the treasure chests, but one thing was overlooked. Forget that the skeleton warriors as coolies only exist for 12 hours, so later, the black-hearted lord decided to let the black dragon collect. There's nothing I can do, the more I hit, the higher I get, and he just took this opportunity to upgrade his troops. You must know that the attributes of a fully leveled unit and a level 1 unit are more than double the difference. Don't think it's just a simple doubling of attributes. The doubling of attributes for lower-level units may not be obvious. But if the attributes of high level, even the 14th level Black Dragon, which is the top-level unit, are doubled, the increase in combat effectiveness will not only be doubled, it's like a bullet, even if it's twice as powerful, it won't kill as many people. What if the power of the little boy released to the Japanese country was doubled? It's really Tokyo fever, I know people everywhere. In the past 2 days, Zhu Zhao rode Louise and led the 14th level Black Dragon to bloodbath the entire west side of the Dark Valley. At the same time, the other 3 aspects are also very fruitful. With the disappearance of the invincible set of the fortress, the teleportation array in the fortress has also become usable. The teleportation array of the fortress is located in the center of the fortress. It is a circular 6-pointed star array. Exuding bursts of white light, the 6-pointed star slowly rotated. As soon as he saw the teleportation array, Zhu Zhao felt a little dizzy. The damn dog system wouldn't have designed the fortress's teleportation array to have that rubbish special effect, would it? The teleportation array could be teleported, but Zhu Zhao did not teleport back to Kunlun Mountain's Fortress No. 1 immediately. Instead, he came to the fortress hall and set it up on the panel. Hey, let's not talk about other settings first. The main thing is to set the transmission fee. Since this was the second fortress occupied, Zhu Zhao decided to release the teleportation authority of this fortress. Why did you work so hard to capture this fortress? Isn't it just for the sake of all players on the server? If they wanted to explore the Dark Valley, they would have to travel so hard. Just look at Zhu Zhao's journey from the Kunlun Mountains to the Dark Valley. What's more, Zhu Zhao is riding a top-level race hero. Is his speed comparable to other players? Therefore, in order to better serve other Lord players and prevent them from wasting their time on marching, he worked tirelessly to capture this fortress, so charging a small transmission fee is not excessive, right? So the teleportation cost was set to 30 units of gold coins to teleport 1 unit. He also wanted to set more points, but this was the maximum fee stipulated by the system. Damn it, the dog system delays income. 1 unit is only 30 gold coins. 10,000 units of teleportation only cost 300,000 gold coins. Is it expensive? It's not expensive, and it's just enough for Zhu Zhao to train 3 units of black dragons. However, it was still set up to prohibit other Lord players from teleporting to Fortress No. 1 in the Kunlun Mountains. It was too close to Zhu Zhao's base camp. It is currently not suitable for other players to go. After everything was set up, Zhu Zhao summoned all the heroes. Alice, you stay here to guard this fortress. Your main task is to be responsible for the operation of Fortress No. 2. As well as leveling, resource collection, treasure chest collection, etc. I will send 12,500 units of Blood Knights, 1,000 units of Unicorns, and the Vampire Duke. I will collect 10,000 units for you. Alice was stunned when she heard Zhu Zhao's order. She never expected that Zhu Zhao would leave her here. He immediately pouted his mouth and looked at Zhu Zhao with tearful eyes. Does the Lord dislike Alice? Are you going to leave me here? Woo-woo. Zhu Zhao looked at the aggrieved Alice and felt helpless. Heroes still need to be coaxed. Then he took a step forward and gently rubbed Alice's little head. How could I not like you? You are my lord's favorite. After a moment of pause, he said again. This lord just feels that only you can handle such a difficult task, and no one else can. After speaking, Zhu Zhao gestured to Iris and the others again. Several women and one dragon instantly understood what Zhu Zhao meant and agreed one after another. The Lord is right. Only you can handle such a difficult task, and none of us can. Then he pulled Alice away again, and the women and the dragon began to whisper again. Zhu Zhao was speechless. Why don't you let me listen? You just want to prevent villains from eavesdropping. As a gentleman, I, my lord, should guard against you. This is too much. After muttering for a while, the women and the dragon came back. Alice was no longer aggrieved. Okay, since Lord likes me so much, then I agree. But Lord, you also need to agree to me a condition, just a small condition. Zhu Zhao didn't know how the few people discussed it. What are the conditions, please tell me. Alice stepped forward and hugged one of Zhu Zhao's arms, saying coquettishly. I haven't decided on the terms yet. We'll talk about it later. Just promise me, okay. Being tortured and unable to do anything, Zhu Zhao had no choice but to comply. Lord, remember to come and visit Alice often. I will let you know the conditions after I think about it. Seeing that Alice agreed, Zhu Zhao stopped staying any longer. Another 20 million gold coins were spent to let Lilith train 1,000 units of vampire dukes, and 10,000 units were collected and left to Alice. After putting the remaining arms into the arms space, under Alice's reluctant gaze, several people stepped onto the teleportation array and disappeared, with a dizzy feeling. Before Zhu Zhao could adapt, he appeared in the #1 fortress of the Kunlun Mountains. Damn, it's still that rubbish effect. But this time it's much better than the previous times. I don't know if the dog system has a conscience. After complaining about the dog system, Zhu Zhao led everyone to the fortress wall. It seems that the defense problem that Kate explained before leaving was done well. It's worth praising that 10,000 units of guardian elves were sent to garrison #1 fortress, but isn't the defense force of the territory insufficient? Thinking of this, Zhu Zhao didn't stay any longer and rode Louise back to the territory. As a result, just after returning to the sky above the territory, a small wave of monsters attacked the city. Seeing that the monsters attacking the city were not too strong, Zhu Zhao no longer had the desire to attack. What a joke. Do you really think the obsidian walls are just for show? Extremely strong defense strength, 8 million durability, that is to say, only high-level monsters can cause damage to the obsidian walls. These low-level and medium-level monsters probably can't even scratch the wall. Even if you ignore these monsters and let them attack the walls, their claws will be broken, but it won't consume much durability, as long as there are no flying monsters attacking the city. Even if there are flying monsters, aren't there city defense crossbows and guardian elves on the city walls? What's there to worry about? In fact, there are still many city defense equipment drawings, which Zhu Zhao has not built. Now is the early stage of the game. Zhu Zhao's territory is on the edge of the interior, and the monster level will not be too high, so there is no need. What's more, with the resources to build those city defense equipment, it is better to train more guardian elves. The cost of a city defense equipment. The trained guardian elves, with the bonus of Kate's talent, are definitely more effective than city defense equipment in defending the territory. Wouldn't it be nice to train Kate's exclusive soldiers? It's pleasing to the eye and practical, but when Zhu Zhao saw the guardian elves on the city wall who were defending and counterattacking, the number is wrong, right? I have only trained 20,000 guardian elves for Kate in total. There are 10,000 units in Fortress #1, how come there are so many in the territory? There are more than 10,000 units on the city wall alone, could it be? Chapter 40 Poor. Too poor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ignoring the monsters attacking the city, he went back to the territory. At this time, Kate had been waiting in the territory for a long time. Google search TWKN. Louise landed from the air. Zhu Zhao had just gotten off Louise and had not had time to ask about the recent situation of the territory when Kate warmly welcomed him. Lord, I miss you so much. Well, Zhu Zhao has already felt it. Back in the Lord's Hall, Kate began to report to Zhu Zhao on the development of the territory during his absence for the past 5 days. as long as there is no problem with the territory, other trivial matters will not be described one by one. The issue that Zhu Zhao is most concerned about is how many exclusive soldiers Kate has trained. Lord, because 10,000 elf guardians were sent to Fortress No. 1 to garrison. I was afraid that there were not enough people in the territory, so I trained another 40,000 guardian elves to defend the territory and continue to expand the exploration range around the territory. No, where did you get so many gold coins? Did Lord forget to upgrade the 50 red resource points? Zhu Zhao realized that he really forgot the reward given by the system when occupying the first fortress. Before Zhu Zhao rested that night, he asked the hero to migrate 50 white gold resource points and then use the scroll to upgrade them to red resource points. After the scroll is used, the resource points have a regeneration time of 5 days. So Zhu Zhao didn't care about it the next day, but set off directly to the Dark Valley. It should be that the 50 red resource points were regenerated last night, and Kes sent the caveman to collect them. Otherwise, the purple and orange resource points that were originally migrated would definitely not be enough to train 40,000 guardian elves. Even if you add the loot Kate got from exploring outside and killing monsters and opening treasure chests in the past few days, it is still not enough. Because the special item resource converter is in Zhu Zhao's backpack, Kate's harvested wood, stone ore, and iron ore cannot be converted into gold coins. After figuring out the reason, Zhu Zhao no longer struggled. Then he gave Kate the resource point migration and upgrade scrolls rewarded for occupying the second fortress and asked her to arrange them. All the harvests of the past few days were included in the territory. During the time Kate managed the territory, all the harvests were converted into gold coins, and there were 430 million gold coins left. After capturing Fortress No. 2, the dog system rewarded 80 million various basic resources, which were converted into 320 million gold coins. The fortress warehouse harvested more than 100 million various basic resources, which were converted into 580 million gold coins. After cleaning the Dark Valley for 2 days, all the harvested resources were converted into gold coins, which was 400 million. As for equipment, time, acceleration cards, and troop templates, there were also quite a few, but Zhu Zhao didn't like them and kept them for auction later. If all are converted into gold coins, there will be 1.73 billion. It's time to have a small explosion of soldiers. Kate has recruited 40,000 guardian elves in the past few days. There are 50,000 units in the territory and 10,000 units in Fortress No. 1, a total of 60,000 units. There is no need to train again for the time being. Fortress No. 2, leave 12,500 Blood Knights, 10,000 Vampire Dukes, and 1,000 Unicorns for Alice. Well, give her a little motivation, spend 30 million gold coins, recruit 60,000 Hungry Wolf fighters and send them to her, let her work hard and train them all into exclusive soldiers Blood Knights. Iris only has 10,000 Fire Dragon Mage, there are 90,000 Dragon Blood Stones and 50,000 Flame Demon Hearts in the backpack, then spend 500 million for her, train 50,000 units, and you will have 60,000 10th level Fire Dragon Mage. Iris's own 10% damage will be amplified to the Fire Dragon Mage. This soldier will never be out of date. Kate's exclusive 10,000 unit Vampire Dukes were left in Fortress No. 2, this exclusive troop is also very tough and must be trained. There are 1.2 billion gold coins, so go all in. Train 60,000 units of 11th level Vampire Dukes. 11th level Vampire Dukes are enough for now, and there is no need to train 12th level Vampire Princes. After the exclusive troop training is completed, the territory resource panel is empty again. Louise is about to reach level 20, and then she can train 100,000 units of exclusive troop Black Dragons. There are 90,000 vacancies, which requires 9 billion gold coins. As for Unicorns, there are still 700 units in the territory, so they will not be recruited. Currently, the territory has 10,004 units of 14th level Black Dragons, 7 units of 14th level Angels, 60,000 units of 11th level Vampire Dukes, 50,000 units of 10th level Guardian Elves, 60,000 units of 10th level Fire Dragon Wizards, 700 units of 10th level Unicorns, 60,000 units of 4th level Hungry Wolf Fighters, and 10,000 units of 1st level Cavemen. Fortress No. 1 also has 10,000 units of 10th level Guardian Elves, Fortress number 2 has 12,500 units of 11th level Blood Knights, 10,000 units of 11th level Vampire Dukes, and 1,000 units of 10th level Unicorns. Looking at the high level and top level troops in such a large territory, Zhu Zhao smiled with satisfaction. He smiled and then looked at the territories panel. When he saw the 4 big zeros in the basic resources column, and thought about Louise's upcoming level 20, and the vacancy of 9 billion gold coins, he cried. Poor, too poor, why are there always not enough gold coins? Iris heard Zhu Zhao start to cry about poverty and said. Lord, have you forgotten the items in the warehouse that are no longer needed in the territory? Zhu Zhao slapped his forehead. Damn, I really forgot. There are still many city defense equipment drawings, various equipment, and military templates in the warehouse. During this period, basically most players have entered the strategic map. And those big forces should have grown a lot. It's time to kill a few and eat meat. Thinking of this, Zhu Zhao's mouth corners have raised a sly smile. He seemed to see a lot of gold coins waving at him, as if saying, Uncle, come quickly, people are waiting for you, sort out your thoughts. It's time to warm up first. Let's make a loudspeaker call to the whole server. Let those big Force Lord players have enough time to prepare the resources, so that they can auction at a good price. Just about to use the loudspeaker to call, Zhu Zhao once again sadly found that the resources were converted into gold coins and trained into exclusive soldiers. The territory has no resources at all, and it can't afford to use the loudspeaker to call the whole server. When I was thinking about where to collect a wave of resources, Kate came back. Lord, the new resource point has been moved here and upgraded to a red resource point. And that wave of siege monsters has been eliminated, and I have brought back the spoils. What is sleepy and someone brings a pillow? This is it. Zhu Zhao stood up and rewarded Kate with a kiss. Just as he was about to put all the resources into the territory panel, Iris and Lilith came up again. After the women were satisfied, they looked at Louise, who was still eager to try in the form of a black dragon. Zhu Zhao quickly collected all the resources and asked them to prepare dinner, while he ran back to the Lord's Hall. Damn. The sacrifice for these resources is a bit too much. Quickly convert all the resources into gold coins. Not bad, there are actually more than 1 million. What are you waiting for? I bought a loudspeaker and started shouting, Ahem, all Lord players, please pay attention, I am Tianpeng. I am going to auction a batch of equipment and city defense equipment drawings at noon tomorrow. The most important thing is that there are some mid-level troop templates, with additional pictures. Players who want it, please prepare the basic resources in advance.